When people are trying to understand what privacy means and the kinds of things that you have to do in order to be compliant with privacy laws and regulations, I tell the story about what many of us are familiar with. We've engaged with these laws and regulations when we go to the doctor. We are given a form that they ask us to sign that says, I have received and read a copy of the privacy notice. And I joke with the people who give those forms because the trend has become that they don't give you a copy of it, they just give you a copy of the form that you've received it. And so I'm sure they hate seeing me coming because as a security and privacy professional, I can't let that pass. I have to go up to the counter and say, are you wanting me to sign that I read and understand the privacy notice? And they say, yeah, you just sign there and then we'll call you back to see the doctor. Well, I don't have a copy of the privacy notice, so I don't want to sign that I read it when you haven't even given it. And one time at the eye doctor, the person said, do you want me to get you a copy of the privacy notice? And I said, yeah, if you want me to sign that I read it. And she gave me a huge eye roll and she went to the back, presumably made a copy and brought it out. And then of course I had to read it and I highlighted a couple things that I wanted to point out. But you know, we've done this when we go to the doctor, we sign that we have read and understood these privacy notices. And in those notices, it talks about their legal rights to share the information with other medical providers and labs and things like that in order to provide the services to you that you're there for. But there are things that we can opt out of, and we need to know what that notice says and what we're allowed to opt out of, because if I don't want my information shared for marketing purposes, if I don't want my information shared with someone who's going to enroll me or want to enroll me in a drug trial or something like that, or use my lab results for research purposes, you can opt out of that. And that's the purpose of privacy notices. And those things were driven by the privacy rule in HIPAA. And so that's the experience that you can draw from in order to look at your business and your practices to see what are the things that we need to notify our customers about, and what are the things that we have to be able to do as far as data sharing goes that we need to disclose, but also what are the things that we can give people to opt out of. And that's really what the privacy process looks like in practicality.